Welcome, I'm Charles Brock. When I first started woodworking, I was a flatboarder. But then I saw the beautiful work of Sam Maloof, and it inspired me to become a sculptured furniture maker. Let's go! Well, saw blades, of course, are so important. Now, I use forest saw blades, and their Woodworker 2 is my go-to blade. But they make some of their Woodworker 2s with a little different grind for different situations. Now, most of you will have a blade like this in your shop. This is an ATB, an alternating beveled blade. Like this tooth points that way, this tooth points this way. And so it's a great blade for cross-cutting or ripping. It's a combination blade. But when you use it to cut joinery, especially the bottom of a dado or the bottom of a joint, it leaves kind of a bunch of little ridges. They're not big, but they need to be cleaned up. Now, the blade that I use for joinery so that I don't get the ridges is a Woodworker 2, just like that one, but on top of the bevel, it is ground flat. In other words, the bevel doesn't exist completely. And so it alternates that little flat. And so get in kind of tight right here and take a look with me, and you'll see I have blackened the flat. Now, what that does for you is it leaves a flat bottom. And that's perfect, and it may require a little cleaning up at the end, but not as much as the Woodworker 2 ATB blade. Now, to clean up the bottom of a dado, you want to use a little tool called a router plane, and it's a little hand tool, and it is great at fitting the depth for this joint. Let me show you that router plane. I'm going to tell you what glues to use where, but first with the headrest assembly, because that's what I promised you. And we're really kind of talking about spindles, but we're going to talk about glues too. I use old brown glue for the mortises here and the mortises down there. The reason I do that is because old brown glue, you can heat up the joint with a hair dryer and a little bit of moisture, and it's easy to take apart. So if somebody breaks a spindle, it's perfect glue for that. Also, it has really good open time, and it's good for some other joints on the chair. I actually use old brown glue for the seat to leg joints. And the reason I do that is old brown glue has the consistency, of snot. Yes, snot. I've said it, and there you go. And if you use it on joints with a lot of surfaces to go together, it won't fight you. It'll slide together very easily. And this cures out very, very hard. And again, if you need to take it apart, you can use some heat and a little bit of moisture to do so. That's why chair makers have been using protein type glues for a long time. It's pretty easy to work with. What I do is I buy the smaller bottles like this, and I will use my Keurig and I'll heat up some water for like coffee, and I'll drop this into the coffee cup, and it gets hot to about, 140 degrees at least in just a few minutes of soaking there. And you just pull the container out, and then you can paint it on or however you're going to apply it. It just works great. So seat to leg joints and this part, the mortises for the headrest and the seat for spindles, works great. Now, I use Tight Bond 3 for the arm to back leg joints and for the arm to at the arm pedestal for the front leg there. Use them on the dowels in front, and it really does a great job of holding that joint. Of course, it has a screw in it, but it's probably the weakest joint in the whole chair right there. I also use Tight Bond 3 for my back leg to headrest joints on both sides. It works great. You're going to like that. Now there's a third glue. The third glue is the epoxy, 24-hour epoxy that you're going to use to stick the rocker sleds onto the bottom of the legs. Get a 24-hour epoxy, not a 5-hour epoxy, and paint it on real good. Don't use so much pressure that you squeeze it out, and you're going to be very happy with that. I usually use System 3. I've used some others, but System 3 works very well. So, now you know about glues. And another question I get about glues is, when do you use them? Okay, that's a really good question. After you have sanded everything on the inside of the headrest assembly, the seat, the bottom of the headrest, then you want to glue the headrest assembly in. After you have gotten everything sculpted and sanded except for just at the joint here, then that's when you want to glue your arms on. You want to glue the legs on as soon as you've got most of the sculpting done. Just keep in mind, only do a glue up when you know you're still going to be able to get to the surfaces you need to get to shape and sand. And then you'll be in good shape.